Okay guys, so before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know I did want this to be a first reactions video at first because I am trying the majority of these products for the first time. However, I recorded a whole video for you guys yesterday using all these products and accidentally recorded it in slow motion. What? So for brows, I definitely did not like this bad boy at all. This was the Essence Super Last 24-Hour Eyebrow Pomade Pencil Waterproof. So this bad boy is in the shade Blonde, and I usually like to go a little bit lighter on my brows, even though I know I do have like almost black eyebrows, but I do have some blonde going throughout my hair, and I do like to stay a little bit lighter. So I got this Maybelline pencil instead, the Brow Ultra Slim, and this is just in the shade Medium Brown, but I didn't really like that either because it was a little bit too dark for me, and this shade I know is going to be too dark for me, I know it, but I just wanted to try. This is Wet n Wild because I do actually really like Wet n Wild stuff. Everything that I'm using today, I got at DM, which is what we have over here in Europe. We have DM and we have BIPA, where I'm located anyway. I know that in the States where I am from, and I'm from Rhode Island, so we have like CVS, Walgreens. I don't know if there's still a Rite Aid over there, but I know that we have Rite Aids in the States. This is like, can I get a SpongeBob narrator over here for the 10 minutes later or something?
15 minutes later.
I'm like,
1 hour later.
what is this thing?
Approximately 10 hours later. 3 days later.
All right, I'm giving up on that. And we're just gonna use the pencil part and use the spoolie of the other brush because it's impossible. So I know that this is gonna be too dark for me, but I just wanna see how it performs. And all of the other ones that were a little bit lighter, they were already opened and used in the store. So I just didn't want to, which I don't know how. I can't even open this in like 10 minutes. I don't know how they can be opened so quickly in the store without anyone noticing. Okay. Actually, it's not so bad. It's not so bad actually. I think I might like this pencil the most, to be honest with you. Better than the Maybelline one. I'm just going how I normally, filling in my brows how I would normally do, which is just in the direction that my brow hair is growing. Okay, so it still is a little bit dark. So my issue with this guy was, this is the Essence one. So if you guys can see, this is like, it's really patchy. I hope that you can see. But I'm applying the same amount of pressure and the pigment is just going really strong to nothing, really strong to nothing. And I don't like that. I don't think that it looks natural. It's also a little bit thick for me, even though obviously like this is also really thick, but I can sharpen it to make it nice and pointy. This one I can't sharpen. And also like I get, so it's supposed to be a pomade, but I don't get like this little brush that it comes with. It doesn't really do anything. So I didn't really love it. So, I mean, if you do love it, that's totally fine. You can rave about it. That's totally good, to each his own. But me personally, it was not my favorite product that I have tried. For drugstore products also, I know that I don't have a lot of them featured on my channel. And so it's not because I don't like drugstore products or that I think I'm too good for drugstore makeup or this or that. Nothing of the sort. It's just because being a professional makeup artist, I like to have things that my clients would like to see in my kit. So it's the same thing if I were to own a restaurant. I would try to get higher end ingredients to give you guys the best possible dish that I could give to you, even though of course you can get amazing results with drugstore makeup, sometimes even better. Like some of my drugstore makeup does apply better than my high-end, really expensive makeup. I was absolutely shocked by some of these products that we're going to be using today, and I cannot wait to show you some of them. They're like really amazing and I would recommend them. I don't know why, but I could not find any eyeshadow primer in any drugstore that I went into. I couldn't find it. I don't know where the eyeshadow primer is hiding. I don't know. So I'm just going to be using the Drugstore concealer that I bought, which is Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser, which I'm going to talk about this concealer when I apply it on my eyes because I have a lot to say about this bad boy. But I mean, when I apply it under my eyes. But for now, I'm just going to use that as a primer. And all of my brushes today also are from the pharmacy. So, okay, so I just use that to prime my eyes. And so there was not a lot of options, to be completely honest with you. You can see I used these yesterday, but I didn't clean them because I only used them one time. And also I'm using the same colors on them, so it's not going to be a huge deal. But if I were to use these like over and over again, of course, I would clean them, but just because I'm using the same products. Anyway, the selection was really, really limited. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know why. There was maybe like 4 options for brushes for like big packets. And then you had a couple individuals. So I got a couple individuals that were smaller. This one is one of the ones that I got in the individual pack. But I did get these. Where is it? I did get these 2 in one pack. And then I did get these purple ones in another pack. And the purple ones came with this cute little box to put it in, this little holder, which was cute, but there's just nothing. Like, there's nothing for really brushes, and which is a shame. Yesterday I did use this shade and it was very nice. It was like, actually it was really, really nice. I'm not gonna lie. But let's try to do something a little bit different. Let's try to do something a little bit more neutral, maybe. Because I really was impressed by this palette and its performance. Other than it being impossible to get open, it was performed so well, so beautifully. And so I'm just dabbing in this orange right here. The only thing, though, that I do have to say that is kind of negative about this palette is that to get the proper pigment from this, you do have to first just stipple in that color, which is not necessarily a negative because that just means you can build up the pigment from there. But I was so impressed. I actually really, really do like Wet n Wild. I think that they have some really nice, lovely, easy products. And I think you can even get them. I think I've even bought Wet n Wild like at the dollar store before. So they're a really good, really good drugstore brand for a lot of things, in my opinion. Okay, so the only thing too about this palette is that there is a decent amount of fallout with some of the shades and some of them not at all. So depending on which shade you go into is depending on also like the amount of pigment that you have, because I feel like the ones that have more fallout obviously are going to be a little bit higher in that pigment. These brushes honestly are not so bad. These brushes, though, I know that I do not recognize any of these names at all. I've never heard, besides the white ones, which are Wet n Wild, I don't know any of the other brands that I got here. So I won't bother mentioning the brands because I know that like a lot of places you're not going to be able to find them. But they're not so bad. Drugstore makeup that scares me a little bit is for brushes and also for foundation. Those are the only 2 things really, because you can get amazing. I've had like amazing eyeshadow palettes and most of them are pretty good. The only thing you have to be careful of with foundations is the different undertones, and the coloring like that, you know? So a lot of times what I find in foundations and also like bronzers and contours a lot from the drugstore, they tend to be a little bit too warm for my liking anyway. If you like very, very warm contours and foundations, they have the drugstores, they have a lot of them. I have been struggling to find a very nice, more cool drugstore contour bronzer, but I was looking very hard, far and wide, and I think that I found the one, and I'm going to show you in this video. Now, let me just tell you guys something about these shimmer shades. They are absolutely wild. They are like gorgeous, beautiful, apply like a dream on a brush. I don't think I have ever had a better drugstore shimmer in my life. Like, look at this. And I'm not doing like a crazy, look at that. Look, that is just so stunning, so pigmented. I could not believe it. When I first used this yesterday, I was absolutely shaken to my core. I didn't have to apply anything, not on my finger, nothing. It just applied so beautifully. And like that color is just stunning. It's like this beautiful, beautiful orangey, pinky, yellowy, like I don't know how to even describe this color in real life. It's just this peachy, beautiful, it's so beautiful. Okay, so now you guys, I'm just using the same brush, which I also never do, but I am pretty strapped on brushes and I don't want to cheat and use my like more expensive brushes. I only want to use my drugstore, even though like some of this drugstore stuff was not cheap. Like honest to God, some of it was not cheap, which is fine. I don't mind paying for any makeup if it's good quality. I don't mind, but I don't know. Drugstore makeup is also really expensive, you guys. Oh my God. This palette, I'm going to implement this in like my everyday. I love this palette. So there's 3 products in here particularly that I was blown away by. And I mean, shook. This palette is one of them. And then the other one we're going to be getting to very soon. But this palette is, I think the shimmers in here especially are just absolutely stunning. I think they have the most gorgeous peachy undertones, like, oh, so beautiful. They perform so well. I like Wet n Wild so much. You know what else that you wouldn't expect, but you wouldn't expect it makes a difference? I mean, it does absolutely make a difference, but if you're a little bit newer to makeup, and this is like the last thing that you would think makes a massive difference, but that is eyelash curlers. So the best eyelash curler, hands down, no questions asked, like bar none, like nothing will compare to this, is a Wet n Wild eyelash curler that I got at Dollar Tree. This is L'Oreal, so this is just like a regular eyeliner. This is not black, this is brown, and it comes with a little smudger, which I really like. I really actually do love these kinds of brushes. I feel like those, you know those little brushes that are this same like spongy material? So many people sleep on those and they really shouldn't, because some of them are really amazing. So I'm actually very, very excited to use this. I didn't get black because I never get black ever for eyeliner. Like, I just personally like brown on me a little bit better. I'm just trying to get this sticker off. You know, I was going to try to get the sticker off so I could show you the shade, tell you the name of this, but impossible. So I'm just gonna go in, and I'm just tightlining on the top and bottom. Let's see how this baby goes. This is applying very well so far. I also really like L'Oreal, so. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. This is a really good pencil. It's definitely for like smudging out. You can build it for sure. At first, it's going to, I mean, it's probably because I'm wearing a shimmer on top, to be honest with you guys. So maybe if I will try this again using like a matte lid or just no eyeshadow at all. But for now with the shimmer, it's okay. It's okay. It blends up okay. If your eye is watering like mine is right now, because I just accidentally jammed myself in the eye, other than taking a Q-tip and going, or taking a paper towel or a toilet paper, any sort of like tissue, and putting it in the corner of your eye and just bring it over, you should also suck really hard in through your nose like this. And I don't know what happens, but like, it's so weird, but I know my eyes just like got so much wider, but it's because you get this feeling and it almost like sucks the water back into you. It's a weird feeling, but it works, just so you guys know. In case your eyes are ever watering and you don't have a tissue on you. So now we are going to just do our eyelash curl, which I think is really important. Always, no matter what, I curl my lashes. So let's see. And the way that I curl my lashes, you guys, actually, and I'll make a whole video on this, but I go from the root always, and then I twist my curler like that, so it's comfortable, and then I just release it, keep it there, and close my eye, and then lift it. And so then what happens there is when you lift it like that, and let's see. When you lift it like this, don't yank out your eyelashes. Obviously, it's comfortable for me. It always has to be comfortable. It's not yanking on any of my lashes or anything like that. But when you just close your eyes, it keeps that curl, other than just going straight like this and releasing it, because what happens when you're releasing it is you're actually getting rid of some of that curl because you're dragging your lashes down with you. So if that makes sense. And I know this probably looks really uncomfortable right now, but I promise it's not. I have tried this one before. I do love this one. I was going to try to do stuff that I haven't used before. However, I really wanted to showcase this mascara because this was like my go-to for so long, and I really do like it. So I think it's a good pick for Drugstore. It's the L'Oreal Paris. Honestly, like any L'Oreal is good, but this is in the shade Extra Black, and it just makes a huge difference. I don't know why, but it just like, the Extra Black just looks amazing. And I found, you guys, so I need to do a tutorial on like how I did my makeup when I was younger, you know, because it'll just be this. It'll be strictly black eyeshadow, this, and lip gloss, like nothing else. So yeah, I found this and I couldn't not buy it. I'm not going to use it today, but I'm just excited and I wanted to show you guys what I had gotten. But you'll be seeing a lot more of that bad boy. And from the root always, you guys, I'm just going to shimmy up my lashes. So I do have my favorite mascara is by Dior. I always use it. That is my all-time favorite. Better than anything that I have ever used before, but it is really expensive. So of course I'm not gonna wear that every day. I do love this for a drugstore everyday mascara. I think this is like so, it just makes such a good difference. It just makes such a big difference having that mascara on. The thing is, I can tell a difference between, on myself anyway, between my drugstore mascaras and then my higher end mascaras. Even some of my higher end mascaras are not very good, you know, but I don't know. I have a hard time finding mascara that performs the way from a drugstore that it does just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the quality of the formula or of the brush or a combination. I don't know. But this is definitely one of the best that I have found. I had to buy another pack of these because I was so happy with how these looked. So these are by Essence. They're just like Lash to Impress. They are like the individual lashes. They're not strips. So you can build amazing. I had to go back today, and even though I have lashes left over from yesterday, I had to go get another pack because I just love them so much how they came out. I thought that they were beautiful, stunning, and also the glue performed like fairly well. And I only used the glue that it came with. I didn't use like my own glue or anything, even though technically that is drugstore glue what I have. I wanted to show you guys the glue that it comes with in case you do end up buying these lashes and you don't want to buy extra glue as well. It does come with glue and it performs fairly well. So I am just going to apply those. I'm going to add like, I think I did 4 in the corner and then 2 in the middle. We're going to see. We're going to see with this look. I did a different look yesterday, so we're going to see. Alrighty, so I'm still going to use the same glue, and it does come with, let's see. So the top line was a little bit longer, and then the lower line was a little bit shorter. So at first I couldn't tell though, because it's barely shorter, but it's good. It has like a fine difference. You can differentiate between the two for sure if you look at them hard enough. I was just tired yesterday. And I'm just going to add, I think I'm still going to add 4 to the outer corner. I think individual lashes like this are my absolute favorite. I like them so much better than strips. Okay, you guys, so we have on our lashes and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I'm gonna buy like so many packs of these. I think that they are beautiful. So now moving on to our face. Okay, you guys. So yesterday I got this primer because of 2 reasons. I was looking for primers at the drugstore. They do not have much. Let me tell you, they do not have much. And so I found this one that said Goodbye Pores, and I always typically use a pore filling primer. So I just saw it and I thought, oh, that could be good. Let's see. So this is by Catrice. And so I also got this because I like the color, the packaging. I like this color pink, so I was like, yeah, this could be good, you know, like why not? Let's give it a try. And let me tell you, this may possibly be one of the worst things that I have ever owned in my makeup collection ever. I don't understand. Okay, so it says long-lasting soft focus effect, poreless blur primer. So let me just tell you guys a little bit about this texture. So let's start, okay? It is blurring. It's definitely blurring, okay? So you can see it. It's nice and I hope that you guys, it is blurring. It's definitely blurring. But it's also, it feels like sticky velvet. I don't know how to describe this, but it also clumps up. You know when you put on lotion and you rub it for too long and it starts to like peel up on, or like say you didn't wash your hands before you put on lotion and it like gets dirt or something. I don't know, but it like clumps up. Do you guys know what I mean? And it's like dry, but it's not, I don't know. It's so thick. And anyway, like why, how, it's not smooth, but it's smooth. it feels like velvet, but it almost has like these little balls of dryness. I don't know how to describe. Anyway, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It wasn't for me. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. I have to wipe this off my hand now. Like, it wasn't for me. I got this primer from Wet n Wild. However, this is a matte primer and I have a dewy foundation that I got. So we're gonna see. I know that this is the matte and I'm using this dewy foundation, but we're gonna see how this applies. It is, again, I like Wet n Wild, so I saw it and I was like, oh, maybe this will be good. So just so you guys know, I don't know. I already like it better than the other one. It's like a lotion instead of whatever that thing was. I don't know, but we're gonna see. The other one, the way that I already like the texture of this better. I already like it so much better. I think that this will be fine. But with the other primer, my foundation was setting so patchy, so like you could see every single thing. I don't know what was happening. And then I tried the foundation without any primer at all, and it applied really nice. I'm going to talk about the foundation next because obviously we're jumping right into the foundation after this. But yeah, let's just get some of that primer on there. Let's get some of that life back into my skin too. Okay. I did find though with this foundation, which is the Wet n Wild Foundation Dewy Photo Focus. So I have heard amazing things about this before I got it. I saw this, I think my sister told me about this also, and she liked it. So I have not tried it before, and I was really excited to try it. So yeah, I got it, and I just kind of like guessed on my shade because I can't try it at the store. I can't open it up and like swatch it or anything. They don't have testers of this, which I don't think that they should for like full bottles all the time. They should have like smaller testers, you know, like a tester. But anyway, I couldn't try it. And so what I did find though is that it does apply best with a sponge. I got the sponge also at the drugstore. So the thing with sponges is that I find they're like drugstore sponges are like better than like $20, $30 beauty blenders. I just think that they are. I think this sponge right here is my favorite density. It's like not super dense and not super like, it's more to the less dense side, but it's not super airy, you know, if that makes sense. And this was like the best thing. I tried applying with one of these brushes. I tried applying with my fingers. I didn't like it, but the sponge I really liked. The only thing that I'm not a fan of with this foundation, everything else is beautiful. Like, I think the finish was beautiful, everything. The only thing I'm not a fan of is that it is rather liquidy, which is totally fine. It's not a bad thing in general. It's just like for me personally, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of products because it applies best with the sponge. However, it's so watery and liquidy that the sponge absorbs most of the product. Like you can already see this is like, I've only used this sponge one time. I literally got this yesterday and I only used it on the foundation yesterday and then right now, and it is just absorbing most of the product. So I have to keep applying it to my hand and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a lot, you know? It's very light, it's very airy. I like how this foundation sits. I like everything about it, to be completely honest with you, besides that I have to apply so much of it. I have to go through so much of it to get that effect. And it's a medium to light coverage, it says. So it definitely is a medium to light coverage. This is not going to be your full glam. It's covering though. Like I have pimples here and here that are all my redness is going away. My bigger blemishes are a little bit more noticeable, but I think it's fine. It is a medium to light and I could build up the coverage if I wanted to. but I don't want to do that so much. Yeah, see, I needed to also apply, like, the first time that I just did that, I applied like 3 of those. I dipped it 3 times and I still have to go in for another dip. Like, why am I going in for so many dips, you know? But I do like it. Yesterday, I used it with the primer and then absolutely hated it, and used it without the primer and really loved it. So let's see how this is sitting. I want to really look. It's nice. It's really nice. Oh, it's really, really nice. I like it quite a lot. So yesterday, it was rather dewy. I actually like this over the matte primer, because yesterday I feel like it's a dewy foundation. I like to be on like the more matte end of things. So it's a dewy foundation. If you like that, then that's great. It's good for you. You know, like, this is perfect for you. I personally like a little bit more matte. So I think with this primer, it really dulls it down to something that is perfect for me. Personally, if you like more dewy, then absolutely live your best life. And so, but it's just, I like this. I like how this is setting on there. And so, speaking of setting, to set my face yesterday, I did use this Maybelline Fit Me matte and poreless. So when I was buying this foundation, I didn't even check like the finish. I just saw that it was Wet n Wild, and I saw that this was like, I just saw it and I was like, I heard of that. Let's get that. So this was the only setting powder that I could find. I could not find anything else, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm not a super fan of this because it reminds me of Huda Beauty's Sugar Cookie, which I'm also not a big fan of because it's just so white. Like, it's just so white. It's fine to have like a white powder to set your face with, but I just personally like off-white colors, not just this pure white. Like, it's just so, I'm looking for here it is. I used this yesterday, so that's why it's dirty, but this is like new. It came with this. It is cute. It does have this little mirror right here, and the sponge came right there. But, and also there's like, I don't even know if this counts as fallout because it's like dust. It's like stained like dust. I don't know how to describe this. It's not regular fallout. It's not thick. It's not as thick as fallout. It's really fine. But anyway, I didn't like this because, first of all, as soon as I put this on my face went from being like nice and soft and smooth and everything to every single little ounce of moisture that I had sucked right out. Like, I could feel my skin tightening. Like, I just washed it with I just washed my face with bar soap. That's how I felt like after using this. It was not good and terrible feeling on my skin, you know? And on top of that, I had a hard time. So when you use white products like this, they're very hard to work with, especially for beginners. The reason being is because when something is so white, it's not going to absorb any light. So it's going to bounce that light back onto you and give you almost like a flashback, like a white flash, you know? And especially if you are going somewhere where they're taking flash photography, you're going to have these massive white patches wherever you put this. And it's not going to maybe look how you would want it to, let's say. And I'm not a fan of this. So I'm going to skip on that. It's also matte, and I got the dewy foundation and the matte setting powder. But yeah, just so you guys know, we are going to be using all cream products, and I'm not gonna set my face, just so you guys know. Now, this bad boy. This Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Multi-Use Concealer in the shade 1. Who over at Maybelline invented this beauty? I wanna personally shake the hand of whoever came up with the formula for this, everything about it, because it is just It's unbelievable. This is the best concealer by far that I have ever used for any sort of fine lines or wrinkles or anything. When they say instant anti-age eraser, they mean it. It is, watch this thing. Not to mention, okay, so first of all, it's very cute. I was skeptical about it, but you just twist it like that. The only thing that I would ever be afraid of in this is adding a little bit too much product because I can't see how much product that I'm adding. But it actually, like, look, you can even tell, and I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. Like, I don't feel like there is a lot of product on my face. I just feel it's so light. It's so blurring. It's just beautiful. Like, I'm never going back. This is, look at the difference. Look at the difference. It's unbelievable. And I feel like I'm barely wearing anything. It's not moving any of my other makeup around. It's just beautiful. Like, I really am so obsessed with this concealer now. I'm going to be wearing this all the time. And yeah, I just love it. I want to congratulate Maybelline on this product because this is better than some of my very expensive concealers. This thing, if you are struggling with any sort of fine lines, any sort of creasing underneath your eyes, this is amazing. And I'm not even gonna set this, and it's gonna stay. It's gonna stay in place. You wanna know why? Because it's as thin as air. It's thinner than paper thin. It's as light as a feather. Like, I feel like, so concealers tend to be a little bit thicker because they are a more full coverage and moisturizing product. So they are going to be typically very thick. So when you have just a light, feathery, gorgeous concealer, it's not going to create those noticeable creases that a thicker product would, for obvious reasons, because you don't have that product build up to make that even more defined, which is like, it's just unbelievable. I can't rave about this product enough. You guys will be seeing a lot more of that, trust me. So now moving on, after I just raved about this beauty. Okay, you guys, so I went back today because I decided I was going to do all cream products, and I couldn't find any cream contours besides this one, which is also by Wet n Wild. To me, though, on the box, I have to say, this looks like almost like a blush, like very peachy for a contour, and this says like dual-ended contour stick, so it does have like a side with highlight right here. It says highlight. But I don't know if this, I guess it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but I'm not going to use it anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to use that anyway. I don't typically highlight, to be honest with you guys, as you know if you've seen my other stuff. And this one is contour. So I am a tiny little bit worried about this because it does look very pink, very warm here. And it looks pretty golden here, but it still looks like a little bit warm. I'm afraid it's gonna be a little tiny bit orange. So we're gonna just find out. I don't know, I've never used this. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't look so bad. We're gonna see. Let's find out. Let's find out. And I'm just gonna use, I'll use a brush. I got this brush. It's pretty dense, to be honest with you. Let's see. It's actually blending out quite nicely. Okay, it's pretty good. I positioned that baby a little bit low. Let's fix that bad boy. This is like droopy right now, but that was just me. Yeah, this is good. I thought that it was gonna be, I was nervous it was gonna be a little bit warm, but it's not. It's nice, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna add like a ton here because I'm really bloated because I've just been eating like garbage and I don't want a double chin, so Yeah, you know, this is actually very nice. I actually really, really like this. I did not think that I was going to like this so much. I was very skeptical. Buying that box, I was like, this looks like, yeah, don't know. I don't know. Look at how much product is like absorbed by this sponge. That is from just the foundation. Can you guys see that? I hope that you can see this. Okay, I wish that there was more selection for color because for cream products at the drugstore, because I do very actually much like this, but I can only do so much with this one. What brush am I gonna? I guess I'll use this brush. I could also use my finger, but I don't feel like doing that for my. Oh, this is lovely, actually. I really like this. I was so skeptical. I was so afraid. But it's good. Everything ended up working out, you guys, from this. That's good. Okay. All right, nice. That's nice. Okay, so I think, oh, wait a minute. I kind of lied to you guys because I'm also going to set a tiny little bit. So just so I can put some blush because I couldn't find any cream blush, but I really want to show you guys this blush just so that it's not super patchy. There we go. So for my blush, you guys, this thing, I got it because I was like, oh my God, this is so pretty. And I do recognize this brand right here. It was very hard to open. I left it open, actually, because it was so hard to open, and I just closed it. But look at how pretty this is. I'm like so obsessed with it. It is just this beautiful, I'm in love with it. I really do. I love it. And because I'm out of options for brushes, I'm going to be using this brush. There's like, it's beautiful. I love it. It's perfect. I really like the shade. It's this beautiful, peachy, gorgeous. I just love it. I just love it. It's just, it's for me, for sure. It's right up my alley in terms of blushes. So yeah, I really enjoy this blush. I will be implementing so much of this stuff into my channel more. I know I like don't have any drugstore things on my channel, and I'm really sorry, you guys. It's not because I don't like them or because I don't wear them. Okay, let's see. And so moving on to lipstick. So this is Color Rich Ultra Matte No Doubts. And to be honest with you, L'Oreal. This is L'Oreal. Great. I was going to say I don't know the brand because I took off the sticker yesterday. I used this yesterday and I am obsessed with it. I'm going to be using this almost every day now. I think it is beautiful. It does smell like plastic or like wax. Like, I don't know if they tried to put like rose scent in here, but it just smells like a plastic rose. Like, it just smells like plastic and wax, and someone tried to add rose. You know, that's it. But anyway, it doesn't smell good, but it performs really well, and it did last a very long time. So. And I also feel like this is just one of those shades where like I don't even have to clean it, nothing. Like it just applies perfectly. But anyway, you guys, this is it. I'm like double checking in my mirror to make sure I'm like, did I forget anything? Did I forget any of these products? But yeah, this is it. And to be honest with you, I cannot rave about some of these products enough. You will definitely be seeing more drugstore products on my channel because obviously some of them just performed so well. I will never get over them, how good they were. So I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. And if you want to see more videos for drugstore makeup, let me know, because I would actually love to do a little bit more exploring in drugstore makeup, because I have all of these products for work, I just tend to use them, you know, like I just tend to know those brands, and then I buy ones for me, you know, because I just get to know them and I'm used to working with them. But I would like to get used to working with more drugstore products. So let me know, you guys, if you have any recommendations for me, or if you want to see me review any drugstore brand or anything like that. I will be more than happy to do so. But honorable mentions for this video is these guys. Am I missing anything? This blush also. Actually, like, there were so many good things like this. There were so many good products here. My brows are a little bit dark for me, like, personally, but the pencil performed perfectly. It's just like too dark for me. Do you know what I mean? But that was like the shades that they had. It does match my hair beautifully. It's just that I like to go a little bit lighter. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you guys. If you liked this video and you feel like supporting me and my channel, you can give it a big thumbs up for me. Also, if you could hit that big old subscribe button, it is a small click for you, but really does wonders for my channel. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.